The 2028 Olympics are coming to Los Angeles, and President Trump just turned the games into a political battlefield. But wait, didn't the Olympics used to be about unity, sportsmanship, maybe a little synchronized swimming drama? Not anymore. Trump just signed an executive order creating a White House Olympic task force to prep for LA 2028. Great, right? But within minutes, the event swerved hard into a culture war flashpoint: transgender athletes in women's sports. So, how did we go from gymnastics to gender bans in 30 seconds flat? Buckle up, because this gets political, personal, and yes, pretty wild. The task force is modeled after the group prepping for the World Cup, meant to streamline security, planning, logistics. You know, actual Olympic stuff. But Trump quickly used the moment to praise U.S. Olympic officials for banning transgender women from competing in women's events, referencing his executive order, keeping men out of women's sports. Yes, that's what it's literally called. He went even further, thanking Olympic officials for updating their athlete safety policy to reflect that stance. And here's where things get tense. A reporter asked Trump if transgender athletes could face prosecution for participating in women's sports, especially in high-contact sports like women's boxing. Trump didn't say yes, but he didn't say no either. His response? We'll have very, very strong testing. If the test doesn't come out appropriately, they won't be in the Olympics. The plan? Let international sports governing bodies, like World Athletics and World Boxing, run one-time genetic testing to verify eligibility. Quick reminder, at the Paris 2024 Games, Algerian boxer Imane Khelif won gold and faced intense scrutiny over her gender, despite repeatedly stating she's a woman and being cleared by Olympic officials. Trump and his allies still refer to her as a man. They've used her victory as a campaign talking point ever since. Now here's where things go full campaign mode. Trump doubled down, saying this issue is so central, his 2024 run was partially based on it. He praised LA Olympics chair Casey Wasserman, but then immediately blasted California leaders like Mayor Karen Bass and Governor Gavin Newsom, calling Bass incompetent and slamming Newsom's wildfire policies. He even said he'd bring in the National Guard or military if needed for Olympic security. So now, we've got an Olympic task force chaired by Trump himself, trans athletes possibly banned from competition, genetic testing at the games, and security threats being handled by federal troops. This is no longer just about sports. It's about identity, power, and who gets to define fairness on the world stage. So here's the big question. Is this about protecting women's sports, or politicizing the Olympics? And what happens in 2028 if this fight explodes on the global stage? If you're in your 20s or 30s, this isn't some policy side note. It's about what kind of world you'll be living in, and watching on the world's biggest stage. Whether you agree or not, this story is far from over. So hit that subscribe button if you want to stay informed, not just outraged. This is just the opening ceremony.